let's talk about Greta Van fucking Fleet.
It was fucking awesome.
We wanted to talk about this a lot sooner. We saw him 2 weeks ago, but I got very busy, and Tommie's my driver, so Tommie got very busy.
And I got very busy just all of a sudden that night. Because I do nothing.
Plus, that night, I tore my meniscus, and that was the most time before now that I'm walking on it more and I've progressed because it was 2 weeks ago. But at the time, I was still using a crutch, and my knee, I literally could not bend my knee. Like, it hurt to bend. Like, I was...
Good workout for yourself.
I guess. I mean, I guess that builds up the muscles, but...
Yeah, man. The more you work it out, is the only way it's going to get better, man. You just keep working that. Yeah. You just keep fucking that chicken.
Like I said, we wanted to do this podcast, and I'm sorry to Luke, because Luke was really pissed that he didn't get to go to this show.
Yep.
They're blowing up, man. We can't control Greta Van Fleet's popularity.
They came in hot, and we came in hotter.
We can't help it that it was a sold out show, dude. Should have got your tickets.
Yeah.
Should have got your tickets like right away.
Sold out.
But yeah, Greta Van Fleet. Well, we should talk about. Should we just? It's gonna be weird. I've never done this before as a podcast. Are we just gonna like review the whole entire concert and just talk about that?
Let's just review the whole entire concert.
Because I don't know about Skyway, man. They're so fucking weird.
Well, Skyway Band, I liked it. They're just a different taste, you know.
It's just, to me, it's weird to. It makes sense, but it doesn't. Like,
to have them open.
Yeah, for them to be touring with Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, you pick up your bands along the way, I think, but maybe there's just not that many other bands that they're...
Well, I mean, it kind of does, but it kind of doesn't. Like, they're both definitely... Excuse me, they're both throwback styles. I mean, Greta Van Fleet clearly sounds like Led Zeppelin. Like, I even did I keep saying like too much, like I'm a Valley girl. I actually did a comparison, and I said, let's just listen to these. We both know that one's a Zeppelin song and one's a Greta Van Fleet song, but let's just sit there. I was with Ashley, and I was like, let's just sit here and compare him to Robert Plant. And, dude, I fucking kid you not, he is a clone of Robert Plant. Because if you play them side by side, you cannot tell the difference.
Yeah, this kid...
If you didn't know Led Zeppelin, like, if you just heard, like... Because I played Houses of Holy against Flower Power.
Yes.
It's two a little bit slower songs, still completely different songs, but I played them next to each other. And dude, I fucking shit you not. There's no telling the difference.
Yeah. He has, I mean, when he can sit there and scream that high note like that, and not even...
In Skyway, man, it sounds like if the Beatles were still on LSD and... well, I'm not comparing them to Beatles. Don't get that confused. That's going to come out wrong. It's like that period, I should say. That's the Sgt. Pepper period of the Beatles.
Yeah.
In a more modern setting.
Their sound more than
their sound. I'm not fucking
obviously.
I don't want to get into that.
Obviously.
I don't want people to be like, oh, he said Skyman's like the fucking...
Exactly.
Like,
I'm just trying to...
It's apples to oranges. They're still two different bands.
Exactly.
I'm just saying that one particular period of the Beatles, the Sgt. Pepper era, when they were like doing those really weird, trippy videos and concept albums... That is clearly Skyway Man's inspiration. That's what I'm trying to say. There's just a long-winded way of saying that. But let's just talk about Skyway Man. Let's get into it.
Skyway Band.
Man.
I mean, they had...
You keep saying band.
Is it?
It's man. M-A-N.
That's exactly how much I know about them. Like,
you were pissing me off because I'm like, dude, you know... I thought you knew that it was man.
No.
You legitimately thought it was band.
I thought it was band. That's funny. Wait, no, there was a point I did, but I just kind of... I guess I just...
No, dude, I'm right.
No, you know what? I'm going to say it the way I want to. No,
well, first of all, we got there early.
Yeah, their saxophone player, really good.
He carried that fucking band, man.
I like the way him and the drummer and the guitarist both all had like the same thing. I don't know about like... The keyboard was really good, but I think that singer had a lot... It was more pimp singing. I mean, he was a good singer, dude. He was great.
They're not bad. I'm just saying that he was like the standout to me.
Yeah.
Because when you think of like I said, when you think of like LSD, Sgt. Pepper era of the Beatles, you don't think, oh, a saxophone would work great in there.
Yeah.
And the saxophone really complements all the weird shit they're doing.
There was a part that can't remember the song, but it was the saxophone went in with the bass and stuff, and it was like, dun,
I couldn't tell you. I don't remember.
Something like that.
I got it. The reason why they're touring with Greta Van Fleet is they're both kind of in that like prog rock
they're
genre,
there.
subgenre.
They're really taking over that image, and they're kind of like thrown in.
It's weird that in 2017 we're getting some bands experimenting in prog rock again, because that was like what, late 60s, early 70s when you really got into the experimental shit. And so, yeah, that's kind of weird that you're seeing, and especially from 18 to 21. I think the oldest one in Greta Van Fleet's 21.
Yeah.
I don't know how old the Skyway Man guys are, but
yeah, they might be.
They still looked young, except for the sax player. He looked like their dad.
Yeah.
I just want to play rock music with my kid. But he was great, though. I mean, as silly as a outfit he had on, it was they were so fucking weird, man.
Yeah, man, they
didn't look like they were people that would be in a band together.
I still haven't really looked into them that much. I plan on doing it sometime in the future, being like, hey, I seen this band, it was cool.
I think at the very least they're interesting.
Yeah, they're interesting, dude. They're like Morning Teleportation, how I told you, like it's like a band that's caught in that progressive rock, and I think the reason why they are is because, first of all, you have this whole we're a lot more protective about how we are nowadays. Kids are growing up in that. If they're getting really good at music and stuff, they got everything.
What are you saying? Because of like YouTube and shit? You're saying that creators are kind of spoiled now because they have so much outlet? Is that what you're saying? Like musicians anyway?
They don't really they're kind of in that I don't know how I would say that. They're just in that like drug phase of like.
I don't even think it's that. I think they just because
I don't know.
I did more research on Greta Van Fleet, and there's some really interesting.
Greta Van Fleet is pretty fucking man. They're just like.
Well, we'll get to them. They're the main event. They're the headliners.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Skyway Man a little bit. We're kind of drifting in and out. This is going to happen. That's the beauty of this show. We've never said this show had structure, so fuck you.
Yeah.
This is the only one that actually has a theme behind it. But so
I need a thing of coffee, man.
How can you be tired?
I'm not tired. I'm slouching. You know what I'm saying?
You're getting tired.
No, I'm not getting tired. I'm just getting too
Don't
comfortable.
you smack the table.
I want to be into this conversation, not like.
Oh, so I fucking bore you, huh?
No, I need some spark, man.
No, that shit's expensive.
Fuck you, man.
Just get some coffee. So you got your coffee. Are you good now?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Yeah, fucking baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. You accept it.
Yep.
So
right.
Greta Van Fleet. How was she?
She was a fucking.
No, actually,
No
we were
words to
talking about
describe.
Skyway Man. We keep dancing around it because it's hard to remember. Like, they weren't bad at all in any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, they just played like 7 songs and they were
that
done.
were all like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Their songs were really long. They were really long-winded in their performance, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having a jam sesh. But that shows their heavy, like, psychedelic prog rock influence because they played.
They played like 5 or 6 minute songs every time.
It felt longer than that.
It was about 5 or 6 songs.
No, you're not.
Dude, it seems like a long time standing there.
They only played
because we were jumping up and down the whole time through the Greta Van Fleet.
Greta Van Fleet was about an hour and a half.
Yeah, and I know. And
I'm telling you, those other guys were.
And it only seemed like an hour, Greta Van Fleet.
Well, I think Skyway Man they only played like 20 minutes, but it felt a lot longer. Like their songs had a lot of instrumental parts in them. Which again, there's nothing wrong. You're literally there to see live music.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that. Some of their style was a little off for me.
Yeah.
And I think it was also their presentation.
Uh-huh.
Like those dudes are fucking weird.
They
like
are.
there's something in that. Like the lead singer looked like he was on PCP or something.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he says, what does he say? He says,
like, don't if you like us, don't think us, think the aliens.
Yes.
Like there's some kind of, and they like name drop some kind of alien religion thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, it wasn't a bad set. They're just very different. They're very weird, and there's nothing wrong with being weird and different.
Oh no.
I just go back to the fact that it was a weird place
I liked
to
it.
me for Greta Van Fleet.
I liked it, so whatever, Jake.
You don't want to talk about Highwayman anymore?
Huh?
We're done with Highwayman?
Yeah, Highway Band was all right.
We talked about it a little bit, but I want to go back to this. They really do look like a bunch of dudes who should not be in a band together.
They look like a bunch of teachers that, like,
Well, look at the drummer, like this chubby dude with glasses, like red hair.
He looks like he could be the PE teacher. One guy looks like he could be the saxophonist. Looks like he could be the English teacher. Like,
They're just weird. I like the fact that they had the telephone sound effect.
Oh yeah, that was.
They
cool.
had a phone receiver hooked up into their sound set, like on their keyboard.
Yeah,
that was cool.
yeah, because I mean, yeah, they had a lot of energy and stuff. Although they were just standing there, the whole time in one pretty much, position. I was like, they were just like lined up across the middle, and I was like, oh. And then they had the drummer kind of in the background.
That's just how it's set up. It's so cool.
But their drummer was really good. Did you pay attention at all to the drummer in a way? Like, dude, he was getting at it a lot of the times.
Excuse me, I couldn't really see him.
Yeah,
from my angle.
Yeah,
because he was kind of tucked in the corner, so I couldn't really see him.
Probably behind the singer, from where you were, right?
No, it was behind. It was behind the guitar player.
Oh, okay.
Because it was the bassist on the left and the saxophone, and then lead singer's in the middle on the keyboard, and then
there's a lead guitar. Yeah, on the far side of the left, right? And then
it's a guitar and bass. I don't think there's the rhythm guitar in there.
Yeah, I seen some of the drummer, and he was really good. But
I didn't see any of it.
I mean,
anyway, like I said, they're a decent band. I mean, they're definitely not for everybody.
No, they're not.
It's funny because at least of the people that did go to that show,
obviously,
I think you and I are only ones that. Well, I guess Ashley kind of liked them. I mean, she was on the fence about them.
I liked them, though.
You and I were like the only two that were actually like confident enough to be like, I liked it.
Yeah.
But the other people were just like, it's okay, not really.
This band, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I completely understand how someone could not like Skyway Man, and that's kind of cool that they're not for everybody. For me, if a band can do that, it's kind of cool. I mean, it sucks for their careers because you want to be as broad as possible, but I do like when you find a niche kind of band like that.
Yeah.
All right. Greta Van Fleet.
Let's
fucking do it. Let's get into it. I want to go balls deep in this.
Before this, I had those two rum and cokes in me. And then wait. Was it
No. We had one rum and coke.
One rum and coke and then a beer, yeah.
Because I'm cheap.
Yeah. But hey.
And it was crowded. Like that,
right.
It was sold out. That place was freaking packed.
Yeah. And it was nice.
Yeah. It was a weird crowd.
I liked the crowd, though. I mean, the crowd was live and stuff, and we were all talking to each other. Everybody was giddy and stuff, kind of, Like, everybody around us was.
We had two dudes that were behind us that were, like, in their 40s, almost 50s, late 40s, and they were just, like...
One was in his 50s, and he's been to, like, Pantera. He's been to all these big bands. Is that the dude that was talking about how he went to Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah,
Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he was, like, on shrooms or something crap. He was, like, 50 years old. He looked like my grandpa Warren. I was like, dude, this guy, I knew right away they were going to talk to us. And the other guy in the cowboy hat, he's like, we kept his spot in the line, remember?
Yeah. He ran and got beer, and then, like...
He's like, don't, what was it? He was like, I'll get there before they get on. And we were like, dude, you're not going to make it. And then he got back right as they came on stage. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I've never seen someone actually get a beer that quickly on the ground floor of a show. I've never seen that in my whole life.
He probably just fucking...
He booked it.
Oh, yeah. He probably just went right through people. Move it.
Also, what I'm saying with the crowd was weird is, like, whenever you see these kind of shows at Sokol, it's usually a band that's very... I mean, they get broader acts in there. Like, Seether was in there last spring. They get guys like that have more of a broad appeal, but why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know.
You gave me a look like Seether isn't more of a broad mainstream band. I'm like, they are.
Yeah, they are. I mean,
don't give me that look. But
I'm sorry.
You usually, like I said, see one particular set of people. It's usually a very niche kind of thing.
Yeah.
You usually see a bunch of old people and millennials. But this was spanning generations.
Dude, there was little kids up on the balcony. It was good that
like
it was
we said, there was 2 guys behind us that were in their 50s. There's people by us that, there's teenagers. There's, people our age in our 20s and, 30s, 40s, 50s. Like there was every possible generation was there.
Yep.
I'm sure there were fucking grandparents back there, dude. I looked in the back on the floor, towards the back. There's some fucking grandmas and grandpas.
Yeah. They're there to rock out.
Which to me shows that this band is here to stay.
Yeah.
Not just the fucking music. It's also the amazing mass appeal they have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They remind people of that time, and they also can relate to the new age kids.
Yeah.
Their album's really unique, dude. The artwork and everything.
It's a very like I said, psychedelic prog rock. Kinda different style. Yeah, that you don't really hear that much of anymore.
Man, it's cool.
At least this big. I mean, sure, people that live in Omaha that listen to this will be like, well, Sokol's a decent sized venue. It's not huge or anything. I'm like, they will not be at Sokol. If they come back around Omaha, they are not. They will be at fucking CenturyLink.
They will be.
They might even be in Lincoln at Pinnacle.
They might be in Mid-America first, and then I think they'll be. Well, who knows? With the second album, they really would have a chance at CenturyLink. But I guarantee they will sell out at least a place like Mid-America. And Mid-America is still where the greats play.
A decent size venue.
Yeah.
And again, I know this is probably a little...
You sell out at Mid-America, dude. You have the whole stadium there.
Excuse me. I know this is probably a little too local for some people, but if our friends that listen to this show, I know they don't, but if they just happen to listen to this, they'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You can probably tell that's just big names for arenas that are big.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah. Oh, sorry.
There's another arena. What's that called? Shit. It's in Omaha. It's a new one. It's got it's a hockey rink.
It's the Baxter Arena. Yeah, Baxter.
Yeah. They played
which is I don't know how much smaller it is than CenturyLink, but it's not quite as big as CenturyLink.
It's not quite as big, but band I bet they would be at least
Panic at the Disco was there last January.
They probably sold out.
I don't know if they did. I know they sold really well because the gym I work out at
Firehouse sold out there when I went there. Sold out.
But
that was a good show.
And that's also where UNO plays is Baxter. But
yeah, and it's big.
When I saw them last January, I didn't see them, but when my gym is in that area that I go to, and traffic was insane for that show.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Greta Van Fleet.
Other
than their sound, their actual music, I think, like I said, that appeal to generations. They're gonna shoot off into like superstardom.
Oh yeah,
they're on their way. I mean, they aren't, and that's the thing. They aren't just selling out here. They're selling out every city they go. Mm-hmm. Every single fucking city they are in, sell out.
They sell out. Mm-hmm.
And they just started.
Yeah,
they literally have 12 songs,
dude. So
that's it, and that's 2 EPs.
Yeah. What?
The first EP is only 4 songs, and then the second one,
is 4 songs.
Is 8 songs, and then 4 from the first EP.
So they only have 8 songs out right now. Yes.
Black Smoke Rising, and then the new one is From the Fires.
Oh, really? Huh.
Okay, it has Highway Tune and Safari Song, and although it has the original song.
I just see it as a one. I just
it's called a double EP. It's not actually an album. It's a double EP because it's 8 songs and then 4 songs.
Okay.
It's fucking weird. I was like, why didn't you just release the album then?
Yeah. But they just wanted people to maybe. I think that's a cool way of doing it, though.
I'm thinking they already had those other 8 songs recorded.
Oh yeah,
but only released those 4 to like test the waters.
Guaranteed they have a whole nother album already recorded. Guarantee it, because right now they've been playing for like 2 or 3 years beforehand. Seriously, like I looked them up. They have some songs that were like pre-recorded, like these songs, and they don't sound as good as like Highway Tune they had recorded like 2 years ago. And they just put it out right now, and they just like cleaned it up, made it. They got that record deal and everything. So now they're just I think they're just a band that's just getting the pace, and they're just like, get out there, start touring, man. Get your music out there.
Yeah. And you got to keep in mind they're very young.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I literally did research on this because I was like, they're all babies. They're all young because they look very young.
Yeah,
you
they
see
look
them,
like they're 17.
and they are. I mean, like the youngest I think is 18, and then the oldest is 21.
So that's
and then there are 3
golden.
brothers. And then the drummer is just their friend.
Fucking amazing, dude.
Because, the bass and guitar and the singer are all brothers.
Like, seriously.
And the guitar and bassist are twins.
Fuck yeah. You can tell that, definitely.
But, dude, they had to... One of them... What's so funny is the youngest one, I think... the youngest one had to ditch on his prom date because he went on tour.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, do you realize how fucking wet she is now?
Right.
You know? And I was just like, in my mind, I'm just thinking like, yeah, it's like she's probably a little upset that he went on tour, but she's probably soaking wet.
Yeah, dude. Like, get back here.
Sorry to be so crude about it, but if that were me, I would be.
Fuck yeah!
I don't know which member of the band it was, but
probably the singer, dude, because he looks fucking young as
voice
shit.
like that,
yeah,
makes my knees weak.
Right. Dude.
So anyway, the actual fucking show that we've somehow not talked about. We spent 20 minutes just talking about Skyway Man and the backstory of fucking Greta. I think that's good that we talk about that because that shows people that we really like this band.
Oh yeah, dude.
We're not just fucking blowing smoke up people's
Your
asses.
fucking ass.
Like,
no.
you know, we actually like this band a lot. No. Especially you. You're the one who would not fucking stop playing Safari Song like every fucking day.
Dude, that was just the first song on my playlist. That's why you heard it every day in the morning.
Oh, mama, come on down.
My favorite song, I think, would be like
Don't do that.
Flower Power, dude.
I don't know.
Because that is such a cool song.
Did you know, like, the actual studio version, there's like a minute-long keyboard outro?
Oh, yeah.
Organ outro?
Yeah, there's along with it, but dude, I need to show you. There's an acoustic version of Flower Power, and you're gonna shit your pants, dude. It's so much better. It's on a radio show.
Let's talk about how they perform that, because Flower Power
had the whole band had the whole fucking stadium just like flowing.
I don't know if Flower Power was on that original EP.
It was on the original one, yes.
Yeah, okay, so it's Black Smoke Rising, Highway Tune, Safari Song, and Flower Power.
Yep.
You could tell that those were the older
ultimate,
songs,
yeah.
because that's when everybody was fucking losing their
Yeah.
shit. And then you heard their new ones and like, I don't know this, but this still fucking rocks.
Right, yeah,
Like,
dude. Yeah. There's a couple I know there. The only one I knew besides that is when they came out with what's that? Edge of Darkness. On the edge of darkness.
Yeah.
Good song.
Jesus.
My bad.
So yeah, Flower Power's performance was insane.
Oh yeah.
Because is that the one where they did that super? Because you had the organ outro, but they jammed.
Yeah.
And is that the one where he played behind his back?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that the one?
Yeah, I think that was either that one or Black Smoke Rising.
They opened with Black Smoke. No, that was their second song. Was Black Smoke Rising.
Black Smoke
so
Rising.
it was Flower Power. Was the one where he was playing behind his? I don't
know which one was their opening one was the what's that called? It's what the second EP is called.
From the Fires.
From the Fires. I think that's another song.
Yeah, and because then Black Smoke Rising was second.
Yeah, and then it went to like Flower Power. I think. Yeah. And
no, I mean there was another song before Flower Power. I'm pretty sure.
Was there?
I think they peppered in the old ones like every other song.
Yeah.
I don't exactly remember. It was 2 weeks ago, and I was. The thing about live music, if you don't know every single song, a couple songs will blur together.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know every single song they had. I knew most of them.
Yeah.
But there's a few I wasn't quite sure on, and I'm like, they kind of just blend together. They're fucking awesome songs, and if I go back and I listen to them separately,
they're awesome performances too, though.
Exactly. Yeah. I was fucking mesmerized by everything these fucking guys were doing.
Yeah. I was going nuts. And like there was people that were naming off the songs beforehand, like the guys behind us. Yeah. I mean, these are 50-year-old guys, and they know this. They know the whole album. Like that's
exactly.
what
They were singing all the fucking songs.
Yeah, and it's not even that. Like these little kids up here are fucking just jamming out. Like fucking, it appealed to every age. It was cool.
I think what makes their music so appealing is Yeah, it's that nostalgia factor of, yes, it sounds like just like Zeppelin and Zeppelin fucking rocks.
Yeah.
But it's also a simple fact of when you listen to this music, it's amazing at how simple but deep it really is.
Yeah.
Because their inspirations, when we were doing research for it, I was going back and looking because I find them interesting. I was reading about it and I found out that in an interview they were talking about their inspirations. Like their dad is a chemist. He's like, both their parents are like very
smart,
like work at very prestigious colleges, professors, and they talk about their inspirations as a band are fucking Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
Oh god, there was another one they said Platoon. Like their inspiration is talking about fucking movies that deal with war and PTSD and like really dark themes. And if you listen to their look at the lyrics when you listen to these songs, they're fucking dark.
Yeah.
Like Edge of Darkness is talking about how we need to stop fighting. We need to stop warring. And it's like my brother, you know, the whole thing. They're talking about how they're on the edge and they're going to die. And like, you don't really notice that. You're just like, oh, this is just a fun song that I like, brother, my brother, like a catchy chord. And you're like, no, this fucking talking about
cool as fuck,
wartime and shit.
But I love the beginning. And then, on the edge of darkness.
That's
like it's a war cry too, you know.
So let's dial it back a little bit. Let's talk about. We were originally going to talk about Flower Power. But let's go back a little bit further. I want to talk about Black Smoke Rising. Because everybody was losing their shit for that song. And that, dude, when you got I don't know what it was. There was just a totally different energy for their older songs.
Yeah, it was. It was
the
like
original 4 songs versus the 8. And that's probably because they've been playing them so long.
Yeah.
But,
and dude, and they came back. It was like they stopped. You remember that? And they played the encore was both Safari song and fucking
Highway 2. They left.
Yeah.
Because that's their biggest song.
And I was like, dude, if they don't play those songs,
they have to.
Fucking, and then
honestly, as awesome as those songs, and those are the songs that, you know, most people came there for, I would have been fine with it.
Yeah.
Like those other, like their performances were so raw, and that's the thing. And it's hard to completely collect my thoughts than what I would have if we recorded right after, because it was 2 weeks ago,
right? And
a lot happened. But like the things that I remember most is him playing behind the guitar. But their lead singer is something that I will never forget. Like this show, every time I hear their music, and this has only been 2 weeks, but every time I hear their music, I'm in that moment. I'm in that fucking sweaty ass old gymnasium, and I'm feeling those emotions, and I'm like, every time I listen to the song, I'm just like, oh, that was a great fucking show.
Yeah, that was a great fucking show, man.
I was with Ashley in the car, and we were listening to Flower Power, and I was like,
man, like,
that's exactly what I said. I go, that was such a great fucking show. And she was doing the same thing. She's like, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. That's the thing I want to take away from that. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No. Go ahead.
That's the thing I just want to take from it is the fact that that's the biggest thing we could talk about from this show is
just how amazing it was. Like, dude, it was just like breathtaking.
It gives me goosebumps talking.
Yeah, dude, I fucking almost broke down and cried. I was on the verge.
Thank you.
Yes, I was on the verge
of
fucking tearing up the whole time. I was like, man. Like, there was a point where I just, like, hung my head down. I was like, finally. There's a fucking music out there that's just like,
You see it?
Yeah, goosebumps.
Do you get them? Because I could.
Yeah. Like.
Exactly. And it's one of those, and I keep stuttering. It's one of those experiences that was just like the one that, in another show you were at with me. Alabama Shakes.
Yeah.
When I first saw Alabama Shakes, man, I heard her voice and the fucking...
And just how awesome that day was, that like sun coming down and how cool it came in. And it was just like, now I really want to rock out, dude.
And it says a lot about a band. Like,
yeah, and she comes out and she's just, oh my God.
And you can feel the passion in her band. And I'm not saying that if you're not as strong as singers as these like, they're different kind of singers to me in rock. In a way that they're not like squealing and like screeching like hair metal or screamo. You know how you have those different kind of singers, right?
Yeah.
They're on a whole nother level to me.
Yeah.
Because I felt something with this show that I felt with Alabama Shakes, where it like hit me on a weird spiritual level.
Yeah.
And I wasn't drunk and I wasn't high. I was completely sober.
Right.
And that hit me on a spiritual level, and it's something that was like, it felt like I was hit by a fucking lightning bolt in my chest, and I'm just like welling up.
Yeah.
And I can't describe it other than that. I just did.
Yeah.
But I can't understand it. You know what I mean?
Like,
you know exactly what I'm talking about.
It's a feeling
right?
that you want all that, like, that you just, man, it's like the first time you hear that music, you know, like that, where you're just like, yes, I need this type of music in my life. I need that. Like, I need to hear this song. And it, like, there's something about those type of songs that just make you feel so good about seeing it live too, because you're like, holy shit, this band's here.
That is something you'll never experience.
Like Christian, me and Christian were talking about that the other night when we first saw Cage the Elephant. Remember, at the amphitheater or whatever.
I surprisingly did not cry,
dude. But we were so close to that, and it was just like, man, he's right there. Like, that's crazy. And like, I
caught him when he dove. I caught him.
Yeah,
I was in the group that caught him. Luke boosted him up.
Yeah, like
that's fucking insane. Because it makes you think about when we were singing those fucking songs in the Jeep, and like seeing it, you know, right in front of your face.
Yeah.
And this, man, I just don't understand that.
Yeah.
And you're just like, no, man, you're just feeling it. I'm like, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Or that's just the power of live music?
Yeah.
Because you cannot capture that in a studio.
Dude, it's
you can
awesome.
make some great fucking music in a studio. I'm not saying that. That's insane. But what I'm saying is having something where I'm welling up and ready to cry.
Yeah.
And it's not even, the music isn't sad. I mean, yes, we said that has darker themes, but this is a fucking rock show, and I'm like in tears, and I'm like, am I a pussy, or is this just the fucking music?
It's just that escape from everything, where it's just like, man, I feel in this moment, and there's a sound to it. There's like a background noise in this. And it's just like letting go for the first. It's like a spiritual fucking grasping your balls type.
Yeah, right. It's just like I said, you just connect on a spiritual level.
That's why I want to make music so bad, you know.
Yeah,
it's just so cool.
And like, I don't think any other form of entertainment, and you know how much I love video games.
Oh yeah,
and movies, and I like, you know, comic books and books, but I don't think I've ever been as happy. What's the proper word here? I don't think I've ever been as happy taking in that kind of content than I have at a live show, like a live rock show. I get like, I think that's why I cry, because I'm just so fucking happy.
Yeah, dude. It's like the escape from everything, dude. You can go out there and you can just fucking live. Dude.
And that's my biggest compliment for this show. That's the kind of like big umbrella term.
And that's why I fucking hate myself for missing that Soundgarden show, dude.
Oh man.
Oh my god, dude. That sucks so bad, because I was thinking about that. I'm like, man.
Yeah. I remember seeing that, and cool. I remember Ashley.
Dude, I cried at work, dude. The
when
day
you found out?
Yeah. When I found out, I fucking cried.
No, I didn't cry, but I was really fucking bummed.
I was fucking upset, dude.
I was just like, shit, man. Like, I just saw this guy 6 days ago playing fucking music, like rocking out, and I don't understand why people were leaving that show early. Like, some people were leaving because they just went for Papa Roach and like Pretty
It's
Reckless.
so fucking gay, though. Like, Soundgarden is such a better band than those bands. Both of those bands put together.
Well, it's not even that to me. It's like, you can like whoever the hell you like. We both will agree that we think Soundgarden is a better band.
Yeah.
But I also think it's like, if you want to go to just see that, that's fine.
Yeah.
But also think about it this way. That was fucking rock history, and you missed it, man. Because 6 days later, he died. He killed himself. Like, that is something that you got to be like, idiots. Sorry. I mean, like who you want, and I get it if you bought your ticket for those bands, but at the very least, stay for some history.
Yeah, no shit. Like, good music.
And that's what Ashley was saying when people were leaving. Is like, your people are missing rock history, and sure, you know, it was eerily. It was so eerie, is what I meant to say.
Yeah,
man, it's been a long day. It's been finals this week.
Yeah,
I'm drained. I've been up since 4 a.m. But so I'm trying to collect my thoughts, and it was eerie because I was something about that performance. Like, when you find out and you're like, you guys are missing rock history. This is rock history. This was such a big deal to me because they're on my concert bucket list.
Yeah,
and it's like, fuck. And then that happens a few days later.
Yeah,
I did not well up like I did with Greta Van Fleet like I did for some.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I mean, there's maybe because I'm not as big of a fan of Soundgarden.
Well, yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
I remember
there's certain music that just hits the heart, like takes you.
Yeah.
Like, and there's some. I think Soundgarden one made me well up as just as much as fucking Greta Van Fleet did. Crazy Elephant made me. I never got it.
I
got that butterfly feeling.
I never cried.
Like,
I never cried, but like I said, I don't think I've never been so fucking happy.
Yeah.
Taking in entertainment, because both times I've seen them, I'm with you, and we were just fucking singing the tunes to each other back and forth, and having the time of our lives, even though it was like over 100 degrees and we're like exhausted and have nothing in us, and we're so fucking tired the next day, but it was so worth it. Like I would love to have a time machine just to go back to those experiences.
Oh yeah.
If it, just to go back and be like, remember how much fun we had that day and shit like that, and and we're talking about it now. That's Greta Van Fleet, dude. Cool, I never would,
because they're gonna come back. They're gonna come back too, and we got more experiences with them. And shit.
I was freaking out when I saw Cold War Kids, because they're also one of my favorite bands. I got to meet them actually.
I wish I would have seen that. That would have been a cool.
It was cool. I said, "Hey, what's up?" And shook their hand, took a picture with me. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, they're really nice guys. And their music was awesome, but there's just something about Greta Van Fleet that just like, and I fucking love Cold War Kids, but there's just something about that performance. Maybe it was the fact that, you know, I think for me it was, there's always a little something more.
Yeah.
And so not only was the music, I think it was my situation in my life where I'm very happy where I am in my life.
Yeah.
But it wasn't me. It was because of you, man.
Right.
Like, I'm going to cry talking about it. That's how emotional this makes me. And it's so stupid. But it was just like a moment of that 90 minutes, like you said, it was a moment from everything, because it was a moment of like, you've been through a lot and I've been trying to help you. Yeah. And like,
it was like a championship. Like,
no,
here's your show.
You know, not even that. It was just like the fact that it just happened to be a coincidence.
Yeah.
That you'd been listening to them a lot. And I'm like,
yeah,
hey, I got tickets to this show. We should go. And
that was the coolest thing ever, dude. I was like, what? Like, how? Like, I didn't understand. And that was like 3 days later, we're at the fucking show.
Yeah, and that's probably why I cried, and that's why it makes me so emotional. Is because I know how much you've kind of been through and how much I wanted to help you.
Well, shit, if I ever become a rock star, it's because of those moments, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's the cool thing. Like, that's pretty cool.
I don't know if you felt that the way I felt that.
Dude.
All right, you went through such a range of emotions watching that fucking show.
Yeah, dude,
like,
it was
crazy.
so cool. Like, I let go a lot of the times too when I was like just jamming.
I know.
Like, yeah,
that's how you are.
Fucking cool.
When I go to live shows with you, you're all over the place, and that's fine. That's what you're there for.
Yeah, man.
If you don't do that, and you're just a fucking
just watching the show,
fucking
like, and
plank board in front of me. Move your ass, dance, dance, sucker.
Dude, it's fun to dance to music. So especially in a live show, that's like the best.
But I think that's probably why I was so emotional that night. And I don't know, out loud. As I say it out loud, to me it sounds silly, but I'm sure anybody listening to this or you is probably like, no, dude, that's what music is supposed to do.
Yeah, it's supposed to grab.
That's why we have entertainment.
Oh yeah,
is to let you kind of slip away for a while. And and it was also the fact that I was with you, I was with Ashley, I was like, I'm with my favorite people watching this fucking great rock band,
right?
And you know, my life's pretty good right now.
Yeah,
I can't complain about my life.
Right. It's probably a really comfortable moment for you.
Yeah,
like,
it was. And it was also like, this is just the beginning.
Yeah. Because I'm
still very young. I'm still got a lot of life.
Yeah, man. We're only in our 20s. Like, there's a lot of music that's going to go through the year.
I'm not even 25 yet. Like, I got a whole fucking...
Whole nother 25
I just turned 24, man. I got a whole lot of life left.
Yep. But Greta Van Fleet, man, that's only their first album. They only have 8 fucking songs out.
When I had Sparks, who I've talked to, and I'm sure he'll probably be on the show. I used to do a podcast with him. Mm-hmm. He'll probably be on the show. He thought, I was like, I don't know, man. They just seem like a flash in the pan. And I was like,
yuck.
If you were in that fucking show, if you were there, you'd be.
Oh
like,
yeah.
You would like. I'm like.
Oh, maybe they have talent.
like you're fucking dead wrong, man. No way. And. Yeah, there's no. If anybody that went to that show and thought, "Hey, I think there's no way they thought, hey, this is a flash in the pan."
No.
If this band fucking rocks, they're gonna be huge,
dude. You could hear everybody outside of the fucking concert talking about that. Like, these guys are gonna go far.
Well, that's the thing is, you know, I talk about them a lot. I keep talking about that show, and it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I also want to address a couple more things. One, I'm okay with like some people are like they were fucking awesome, but they could have. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with crowd interaction and shit like that. And I get that. I understand if that's what you like when you go to live shows, but that doesn't bother me, dude. If a band fucking comes out and just rocks my fucking face off, just plays tunes and gets out of there, I'm okay with it,
dude. Because I mean, what was a prime example of that? Cage the Elephant.
Yeah, Cage the Elephant.
Cage the Elephant. The guy would literally said, you know, we don't talk to the crowd much, but we're just gonna rock out if that's all right with you guys. And everybody's like, fuck yeah, just keep going. Like, and then he
literally stopped. He's like, I would love to talk to you guys, but I'm not a good talker, so we're just gonna keep fucking playing some music. And then they just kick into the next fucking song. I'm like, that's all I need. That's all I need. And sure, I like a good show, and like if they put a lot of like lights and pyrotechnics and go all out to do things, that's completely fine. I'm not saying the band sucks or anything like that. I'm just saying a good band doesn't need it because the music will fucking speak for itself.
Yeah, and that's a band that could just play out and just...
They don't need to talk to me.
Fuck no.
They just come out and rock my fucking face off.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking face off.
And their first album, like, just speaks to, like, they don't need big, you know, their sound is so big that it's going to come at you and you're just going to fucking jump with it. You're
and
like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, and they're confident enough in their music.
Yeah.
It's going to be enough to entertain you.
Yeah.
Again, I want to reiterate, bands that do that, I'm not saying that your music sucks.
And then he jumped out into the crowd, like, both the times.
That would have been cool if Greta Van Fleet's guy did that.
Oh, my God. I grabbed his ball sack.
Yeah, you would have, you freak. But
there's only one gay guy. There's only one time I'd go gay for a man, and that's Greta Van Fleet's lead singer. Yeah. I'd go gay for that man. I'm not gonna lie. He's great.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm sorry, I got off track there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's go.
And then the second thing: can we, as a society, decide that only we'll push each other in a pit if it's fucking metal or some kind of aggressive music and not Greta Van Fleet? Like, you assholes of this show that... Well, first of all, who the fuck was this guy? Okay, so let's explain this situation so people can understand how angry I am. All right.
What's so wrong about metal music, Jay?
Nothing. I'm saying that that's the only time I will allow mosh pits. Any
okay.
other music does not need a fucking mosh pit. You know what I mean?
I see where you're going.
Yeah. And then... what I'm really pissed about, you can probably explain it better because you had a better view because he was literally right in front of you. But so we're on the floor of the show. We're about like, I don't know,
probably about
the middle of the floor. Like, we're about, I would say 6-7 rows back from the front of the stage. And we're jamming because they're just coming out for the encore, and it's their two biggest songs. It's Highway Tune, it's Safari Song. We're fucking excited, right?
Yeah.
Then this fucking dipshit decides I'm going to ruin this experience for a lot of people, and like comes up to the back of like the first
few rows
ahead of us, you know, and like locks his arms out. And what did he look like?
He looked like he was on a cross.
Like his arms like spread out, like spread eagle,
out, like keeping his like boxing people out, like basketball.
It's a fucking encore.
He just let a couple people like through. I think he was like probably on some shit.
He's probably drunk.
Yeah, and he was just like standing there, and he was just like blocking people out, and I was just like, I just started like rocking out right and behind him, and it was like me and a few other guys were like beating him up pretty much.
Just kept bumping into him.
Bumping into him, just jamming out. We didn't give a fuck.
Meanwhile, I still am in a locked brace from my torn meniscus with my crutch.
Yeah.
I get pushed back, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking fall down right now because I can't move my leg.
Yeah.
And then a second thought was, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you guys with this crutch. Like, that was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Because he does that, and then another fucking group of morons come like rushing into the side and push us over the other side. I'm like, you fucking assholes.
Yeah.
This is not a mosh pit.
Yeah.
You're fucking ruining the... Dude, I didn't get to experience those songs.
Yeah.
Because of those fuckheads. I didn't get to fully get the experience that I wanted from all the other songs that I got.
I wish you were over in the spot I was, because then I would have like moved the crowd forward.
Yeah.
You know, from you, so you could enjoy the song, because there were some people behind me that were like they were pissed at that guy, like super pissed. Like the boyfriend was like, dude, he slapped that guy's hand, his right hand, and was like, motherfucker, I will lay you out. Like he's just as big as him. And the guy was like, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever. And then like I was right there with the guy. And then the other guy that was rocking out with us that had the big beard like yours and the fucking flannel.
The bald guy? No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He was with that other dude that was really cool, asking us if we wanted water and shit. Like, really cool guy.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, that guy got in front and went crazy.
Yeah, we were all like, I was in with those guys for a little while, and that was fun.
He got rowdy.
We got all rowdy, and then
he was.
Well, that guy was with me right by the side, so we had like 3 guys that would have just fucking owned that dude right there. And we were all on the same page, like just like the guy. There's an older dude that was in there. He's probably about around 40, so he was drunk as shit. Had like a rum and coke or whatever, like we had, and fucking he gets his fucking drink like knocked down. And like I was a part of that though, and I didn't mean to, but he was like instantly mad at that dude. He was because we had like a kid, dude. We were rocking out together. We were talking and shit throughout the show. Like he was like, dude, this is a fucking badass show, huh? And I was like, fucking yeah, fucking right. And then he gets his beer knocked over, and dude, the face he was like, motherfucker. He grabs his
like
arm.
this, like wide eyed, like I'm gonna beat the like Roy
He
Ray.
looks down at his drink, and he's like, fuck. And he grabs his arm. He grabs the guy's left arm, and he fucking rears back his right arm.
Like he was gonna fucking punch him, huh?
Fucking punch him, but he's like aiming. But I could tell he was too drunk.
Like, I think I saw that guy.
Yeah.
I think because he like was like cockeyed, like because there's people that are like.
Yeah,
moving in because we're at a show. There's not a lot of space, so he's like, his arm is getting like
he's
squeezed.
Just like, he's just about to
like I'm gonna punch you. By the time it gets there, it might feel like a tap, but I'm gonna knock you out.
The guy probably just wanted to like still like standing there, but
he would have just been like,
yeah. It was funny though. Like, but that show was awesome. They had that and the fucking highway tune.
Yeah, that
was great.
That show was great. I'm not gonna let those fuckers ruin that experience for me.
Hell no.
As pissed off as I was, I'm still talking about the show and had a great time, so I won in the end.
Yep.
But yeah, that was shout out to Bowen.
Shout out to Bowen for being there.
I gotta get him on this show. I've done.
Fuck yeah.
I did my Get Slammed podcast with him. My ears itchy.
Me too.
I did my Get Slammed with him podcast with him. Keep your eye out for Bowen. He might be more involved with 402 Films.
Oh yeah.
In our YouTube.
You need to get all those guys
section.
in. Just fuck it.
Everybody I know.
Yeah, fuck it.
I don't have enough microphones.
We have enough fucking.
Because I'm the only one who fucking pays for shit here.
Filter them through, you fuck. Filter them in.
I'm the only one.
Hey man, when do you have free time? All right, get over here.
All right, so we're gonna set up like 3 laptops to Skype all of them.
Who gives a shit?
I do. I fucking do. I want good sound. I don't want shitty sound quality.
We're not gonna have good shitty.
Good shitty.
Blah, 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 blah.
What are words?
What are words?
So yeah, Greta Van Fleet's. Yeah. If they're coming to your town and they're not sold out, I don't think they are. But if you ever get the chance, go check them out. They're fucking awesome rock bands.
They're a brilliant band.
If you love Led Zeppelin or you just love good fucking music, you will like Greta Van Fleet.
If you love the old 70s, the very classical back home fucking rock and roll sound, the feeling, everything that comes from rock and roll, the history of rock and roll, you will love these guys.
You will.
I mean, if you like rock and roll, period,
you're gonna have a good fucking time. They
fuck
rock.
Yeah,
they
turn
rock.
them up, but turn them up, but turn it up,
turn that shit up.
Yep.
All right. This has been another episode of The Morning Hangover. Stay tuned because Gomez, a good friend of ours, well, I don't think you've ever. Yeah, he was on one of the shows we used to do on the channel on YouTube. He's coming back, and I'm gonna try to get all 5 of us just sit in.
Beautiful.
My tiny little studio, and I'll have a chat. So, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on Google Play Music or iTunes, please give us a subscribe. Check out the website. It looks pretty good. And don't get hungover.
Rock and roll!